Happy Sakadawa. Go ahead and get started. So let's start to move our awareness into our body, settling the body in a stable, comfortable, upright position. So keeping our feet flat and our back straight, our torso open, hands in the lap, palms upturned, right hand over left, the thumbs gently touching or resting on the knees. Try to scan through your body and relax away any places where there's unnecessary tension, relaxing the muscles of the face, the jaw, the shoulders, taking a few deep breaths to fully expand the abdomen. And just allow the body to settle into this stable, comfortable, upright position where we're not slouching or leaning, and feel as though you're pulling back, pulling away your engagement with the room, trying to concentrate the mind inside, not sending your awareness out to contact external objects. Start to notice whatever sensations accompany the in-breath and the out-breath in the space around the nostrils, letting go again and again of anything that might arise in the mind that isn't that physical sensation. Trying to notice quickly and trying to hold your attention for longer and longer periods to that physical sensation. Breathing naturally and normally and just noticing whatever arises, whatever physical sensations attend the in-breath and the out-breath. When the mind feels more calm, then set an altruistic motivation for your time. The highest motivation would be one of bodhicitta, thinking that by engaging in this practice, we will create the causes and the conditions to fully ripen, fully awaken our potential to work for the benefit of all sentient beings. But in some way, try to at least think of the point of your time not being for yourself alone, that by developing your good qualities, you are able to benefit others more and more effectively. Then on the holy days, one of the recommended practices is to rejoice. So when we rejoice, we start to train the mind in noticing what's important and delighting in what is important. So often we're habituated in rejoicing in things that are non virtuous. So we're trying to confront that kind of wrong rejoicing by intentionally taking delight in virtue so that naturally and spontaneously we'll recognize the importance of virtue in ourselves and in others. Start by thinking about the past few weeks in your own life and make a few examples of activities that you engaged in, choices that you made, actions that benefited. Perhaps taking precepts this morning or spending time today, setting aside time today to engage in more practice, or even just saying something kind or doing something kind or generous. Make 2 or 3 examples from the recent past in your own life. And then think that these actions represent what you want for yourself. They represent tapping into your potential. Often we only notice mistakes, times when we didn't make the best choice, but we need to also notice when we do the right things and feel how wonderful. My efforts are paying off, and more frequently, I'm able to make constructive, beneficial choices. See that as the ripening and the unfolding of your potential. And think of a couple, family or friends, people that you know. Think about their actions over the past few weeks or months. And again, make a few examples of times when you observed that they also benefited those around them. They also engaged in constructive, useful actions. And just allow yourself to really feel a deep sense of rejoicing. It can be difficult to make the right choice. So when you've observed your friends or family being of benefit, developing their qualities, again, try to see that as the ripening of their highest potential. and really just stabilize a mind that delights in their virtuous activities. And then think specifically about spiritual practitioners. We can think about those all around the world gathered today and throughout the month of Sakadawa, gathering to engage in auspicious, beneficial activities, to make prayers, offerings. And we can think about all of the sincere spiritual seekers of all traditions acting in the world to increase love and compassion, generosity. Everyone who's trying diligently to become more and more familiar with beneficial ways of thinking and acting in the world, and to reduce the tendencies that they might have to act in ways that cause harm to themselves and others. Try to feel strongly how extraordinary it is that people are devoted to that path, to their own path of inner growth and development. And then think specifically about spiritual leaders, the holy actions of His Holiness the Dalai Lama, Lama Zopa Rinpoche, all of the great masters in the world, continuing to teach, continuing to guide, creating and maintaining monasteries, and nunneries, and centers throughout the world. And even the great masters of the past who held and transmitted the teachings throughout the millennia. And of course, recollecting and rejoicing in the deeds of the Buddha. Trying to see all of this extraordinary activity that's preserved the teachings, transmitted them, and allowed us to practice them. And just again, try to stabilize a deep, spontaneous sense of taking great delight in all of that effort. And then when you're ready, we'll come back together. So then we'll dedicate. So recollect the altruistic intention that you created in the beginning and the effort that you made to focus on understanding virtue and trying to deepen your habit, your tendency to naturally and spontaneously rejoice in your own virtue and the virtue of others. And think that all of those positive karmic seeds that you've created, that you offer those freely without reservation for the benefit of all sentient beings without exception. Thinking very strongly, may those karmic seeds ripen in whatever way sentient beings need to provide the causes and the conditions, both temporary and ultimate, for them to be completely free of suffering, to have all of the causes of happiness now and in the future, culminating in their enlightenment. May I myself, by virtue of these actions, achieve enlightenment in order to be able to guide, to be able to lead sentient beings perfectly without mistake. And may any obstacles, any hindrances that are arising to the Guru's long life of His Holiness the Dalai Lama, Lama Zopa Rinpoche, Geshe Sherab, Venerable Rabina, all of our teachers, all of our guides. By my actions, may those hindrances be completely dispelled, completely pacified. May the Guru's life always be long and happy, and may I and all sentient beings come under the joyful care of the enlightened beings from this moment until our swift enlightenment. Thank you.